Greetings, listeners. I am your host and game master this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Gear Studios production of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. On behalf of us in the studio, we wish everyone had a jolly holiday season and welcomes you to 2019. Last we left the crew, they had boarded a transport vessel hauling cargo called the Azimuth. Upon boarding the damaged vessel, they found the remains of their crew. Once power was restored, a door at the end of the ship released something, and now it's headed for our crew.
So let's look at the anthem.
Greg's not
Open
there
doors?
Yeah.
Alright.
And so who's close to the door right now?
Any of you could be.
Great. Okay, I go and I open the door and I'm gonna put myself against it where coming in the door it wouldn't be able to see me.
Looking out into the mess. Look out.
So there's sliding doors. It's not like a swing door. So like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's the side of the room.
Oh, the edges around it. Yeah, you could back.
So I'm against that. So if it comes in right off the bat, it won't necessarily look directly at me.
Looking out into the mess. Is it there yet?
Well, when the door is open, do you pull out guns?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's already out. It's been out this whole time.
Okay. You look.
I'll have my knife out just in case close combat, and it's also my little confidence.
Oh, Lord. Puts the knife forward. The lights in the mess hall are all working. There is a bit of a red hue to the mess hall itself, as one of the lights is covered in some unfortunate viscera.
Ew.
And the lights all continue further down the hall with some flickering, but you don't see it.
I'm gonna go out into the mess hall and start flipping tables up to make cover. It's turning them on their side. Are they bolted to the floor?
Yes, so roll some strength checks. It's a spaceship. Anything not bolted down is at risk of vomiting.
I'm imagining table vomit. 16.
16?
Yeah.
That's enough. You just you pull the bolts up and you tilt the tables downwards. They're made of a sturdy aluminum, if anything. Nice sturdy aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you clink and you roll it forward, and you've got 4 chest-high walls, basically.
Nice.
You guys think we're prepared to fight this thing?
It's just one guy.
Fair enough. I want to go over to the intercom system, turn it on, and I just want to say, all right, let's get this started. Mess hall. I just turn it off.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
She called it out.
The comms, come on.
What?
And I go to the mess hall and I get behind one of the tables.
And I'm just gonna sit there just looking in absolute stun. What just happened? Face.
All right, Diantha, so you've called out whatever creature, thing, person is roaming around the ship, and you've told it where you're sitting and waiting, like a badass.
Yeah.
Just humor me, or an idiot. Well, humor me. Roll an intimidation check.
Greg's never coming back. Ever.
That would be...
He's
Greg's just waiting in a vent somewhere.
Yes.
23.
Nice.
23? You feel confident in your...
Confidence.
You're
badass.
You feel confident in your intimidating manner.
Right.
All right, so the 3 of you waiting for this being to find you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go hide behind one of the tables that was set up.
I'm gonna hide behind one of the ones that's closest to the entrance to the mess hall, from where we came from, the one. And can I ready an action now?
Sure. If it doesn't, yeah. You know what? Yes. What do you want ready?
I'm gonna ready the action to shoot it as soon as I see it. So I'm gonna be pointing my gun down the hallway.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna be actually behind, where I can see the hallway, but by the doors for the bridge and the mess hall connect.
You're gonna be between the doors where the bridge and mess hall.
So there's the walls on either side. I'm just gonna be around that.
Oh, okay. So you're
corner.
furthest back.
Yeah, basically. I don't have a gun.
That's fair.
You have magic.
Stabby.
Oh.
Okay, sure.
That's true.
It's mostly healing
All right.
magic.
For the
Or
sake of
is
time,
I don't know.
you
It's
make
bug
sense.
magic. Clippy, clippy, clippy.
And you wait. And you wait. You feel like there's some extra noises, but then it just maybe because no one said anything for a while. And then you hear. I would like, because you were calling for it, Laura, please roll a perception check.
15.
That is enough.
Yeah.
You see coming towards you now. You can see the shape of something moving. It's still not quite in range for your guns, but your keen eyes look far enough, and you see that there is a Yosoki approaching you with several cybernetic implants. One of their legs seems to be cybernetic. Something about their face seems cybernetic, and they seem to be slowly sauntering towards you. But they seem to be wearing an orange jumpsuit.
It's a giant rat. The thing coming towards us. It's a giant rat. It's like your friend.
And it's the last survivor.
That's interesting.
Can I use a perception check to see if it's injured or what its injuries are?
Bro.
That is that's a 19 plus 8. So that
No,
would
27?
be 27, yeah.
He does seem injured. There seems to be some kind of there's some tearing in the center parts of his jumpsuit and some blood caked around the edges of it from this distance. So you can see that there are some wounds on him, and the staggering may very well be due to surviving the shots.
Okay. Oh dear. Is that going to be dumb? I'm going to, because of my nature of wanting to help people, I'm going to actually abandon my post and kind of start walking towards the next person who's the closest to me.
I'd say Diantha.
Diantha. I'm going to go up to Diantha and basically go, I think that's our survivor. He looks very injured. We should help.
We should take a minute to see what its intentions are first.
Are you going to ask or me?
I step out with my gun, just in case. Are you friendly?
Are you trying to intimidate or diplomacy, charm? You want to try something?
I guess that would maybe. Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm not. I guess diplomacy. Yeah. I'm just trying to ask.
Roll it.
See what their deal is.
Assuming he tells the truth.
Yeah. Well. Oh, can I sense motive then? Can I do that instead?
Absolutely, you can.
Because I have an ability, expertise.
You get
that
to
gives
roll a
me
d6 with it.
a d6 with it. So that would be
Oh, that's good.
22 plus my modifier for 26.
26, eh? As you step forward towards the door that was janked open earlier, you kind of walk towards your gun ready, and as you begin to start your sentence or whatever it is you're saying to it, you don't finish the sentence as you realize that there is no conscious intent from this individual. The eyes are dulled back and gray, and as it steps forward and its hand reaches out, to the untrained eye, it might look like they're reaching for help. This is an undead individual.
Okay, with that other word, I pull out my pistol, my needler pistol, and I try to shoot it.
Alright, roll it. She gets to shoot first, then we'll roll into initiative.
Well, that sucks.
Intimidating. I'm not very good at this. I think that's a 9. I don't think I add anything to that.
Nope, I don't
9.
think so. 9, eh? You watch as the bolt goes wide and misses the character completely. And with that, I need everybody to roll initiatives, please. For the sake of this, also Greg.
Ooh.
Oh, Greg's going to go last regardless.
Maybe
Roll
not.
one.
Maybe not.
Alright, anybody, what did Diantha get?
15.
Okay, Laurel?
Natural 1. but my initiative modifier is a 7, so it comes out to an 8.
Okay, so you'll go before Greg. Cliptic, what'd you get?
Well, I guess with my initiative modifier, 21.
Damn!
Yeah, mine's only at 6. That's my modifier, so.
Alright. Boom, with
Do
that,
you
Cliptic.
tell us that it's undead?
I mean, I shot at it, so I think
Okay.
that says enough that it's not.
Well, I was
Shot
going to shoot
at
at it anyways as soon as you
Yeah.
did, but...
Alright,
I haven't
Cliptic,
said anything
you're up
yet.
first.
okay.
But I did
Alright.
shoot at it.
I would like to hurl an object at it called telepathic projectile.
Yeah, cool. Roll your...
Which would be dealing 1d6 damage to charges. Okay, so I have to roll my d20 first, right?
Yeah, roll a spell attack.
20 natural!
Holy shit. Okay, so roll your
That's a good
damage
start.
twice and add them together.
That is 12.
12?
10, sorry.
Unless you have a modifier on that.
It should just be the
just
straight
D6.
damage.
Yeah, no, then it would just be 10. My bad.
10?
Wow.
So this...
Sorry. It's still a good start. Yeah.
Good.
Wow, that's a great start. So you take the grab one of the chairs, you
Okay.
whip it down the hall, and you guys watch as it whirls, and the core of the chair strikes right into the top of the head. Sparks go flying, and it goes, and it continues moving
Ah!
mindlessly towards you guys down the hall.
Really?
Yeah,
No!
yeah, that's exactly what happens. All right, it's its turn. You watch as it holds its hand up, and a blue spark of electrical energy charges up in its hand. Laurel, you're close. Or sorry, Dantha, you're closest, so it's going to shoot at you.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yep.
Yeah?
Hits me.
Okay. In that case, you are struck 4. So again, you're going to subtract whatever damage is dealt to you from your stamina points first,
Yeah.
then into your health points. But you were dealt 8 points of damage.
Okay. Cool.
All right, as you're struck with this electrical bolt that's shot out of his hand, and you're zapped a bit. Next up is you, though. You get to retaliate, Diantha.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn and say, well, that was a really stupid decision to actually come out here. I'm going to use a dispiriting taunt against it. So I roll an intimidate check with the same DC as check to demoralize. On a fail, it is off target. On a success, it is shaken.
Okay. If I recall, it keeps walking towards you.
Do I have to roll against it or no?
It needs
Oh, okay.
sentience, and as an undead creature, there is no conscious thought. So it
Okay.
doesn't feel the effects of taunting
Damn.
or intimidation.
Okay.
Ouch.
Then in that case, I'm going to retreat back behind.
One of the walls?
Yeah, one of the
Okay,
walls.
one of the tables. So Diantha joins you, Laurel, behind one of the tables, and as she joins you, you get to go.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot it.
Roll it.
Natural 1.
Oh, damn.
You go to lift up the gun, and the battery falls out and lands in front of you. You have to spend your next. You have to spend all your movement to load it back up again. Grek, it's your turn.
So I'm assuming Greg could have made it back to that great opening at least by this time.
Were you moving back the whole time?
Yeah, I would have been.
Yeah.
I'm not actually going to abandon them.
I'll say for this turn to get with them, roll an athletics check. You get a full move, full round action to use all your ability to move it up to where they're at.
I rolled a 2 on the dice. My athletics is a total of 4, so 6.
You get to the grate, you pull yourself up into the grate, you grab the loose grating piece that was used as the lid, and it slides back and you fall back into
That's
the
fine. I'm
into the
alright.
vent. It'll take you all your movement next turn to get back into combat stance, but you
Oh,
could
that's
have done
fine.
it next turn.
That's fine. I just want to move and shoot next time. But
Yeah.
at least I have cover right now. Yay!
Yeah,
Sure.
you were out of range.
You have more cover than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Back up to Cliptic.
I'm gonna use Mind Thrust.
That's an interesting description for an ability.
D20, here we go. Please be good, please be good, please be good. 13.
What's your casting modifier?
Oh, my casting modifier is +4, so that would be
Actually, yeah, so here.
17.
Nice.
I have to roll. He has to roll a will saving throw to resist it.
I doubt his
okay.
willpower is very high.
I don't know. It depends what Zach's done.
I rolled a 2. Roll your damage.
Yes. Okay, that's 2d10. Because can I borrow someone's d10? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, 4. Oh no, 14.
Nice, 14 damage.
Yeah.
14.
All right, so you watch. Everyone watches as Cliptic kind of swirls his hands around and pushes out this kind of almost invisible but vaguely purple energy out of his hands. It motions down the hall and strikes into the skull of the this undead individual, and he watches its head twitches and arcs back, and a snapping noise is heard as its neck creaks around, and it continues moving forward, but it seems to be wobbling at a much greater pace.
Ah!
Well, not in terms of speed, but it just seems to not be as
It's more lopsided.
upright. Yeah.
It has a broken neck, but it's still coming.
All right. It's closed the gap. It's now about 10 feet away from you guys as it continues moving forward, and it aims forward again towards the person that's closest is actually Cliptic. Are you behind a table?
We were back on the bridge.
She's where I was, so I
She's
think
where.
Yeah,
so I'm
so
actually
it's gonna-
behind them. So I would be right by the behind the table that she was originally behind.
Okay, so you're closest, so it's going to shoot at you,
Great.
but you've got some cover bonuses for being behind a table.
Okay.
However, so 22 still hit you.
Is that energy armor class?
Energy armor class.
Yeah, she has 12.
Darn. Okay.
22 hit.
Yeah. Right.
You were struck for 7 points of electrical damage as this arc bolt zaps through your body and electrocutes you slightly.
I don't know. That goes for my stamina first,
Stamina
doesn't
first,
it?
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
7.
7.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
stamina for you first, and then to your health. With that, it is Diantha's turn. This thing is really getting close.
Just gonna pull out from behind the table and take out my needler pistol and shoot at it.
All right, roll it.
Okay. Natural 20!
Nice. All right, so you can. Is it? So yeah, you roll your damage twice.
Yeah. So 6.
6. All right, additional 6 points of damage. You watch as the needle strikes it, probably close to its organic eye socket, and you see a soft pop from its eye as it does this, and it begins to kind of like squirm around in anger and frustration as it snaps the dart out of its eye, but continues moving forward with its one outstretched cybernetic arm.
Okay. I'm gonna move back behind the table, by the way.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Laurel, you're
I'm
up.
gonna shoot it. I'm gonna duck out of the table, shoot it.
Loaded your gun back up.
Yep.
Fire again.
Another one! Yeah.
Oh wait.
I don't like this dice, so I'm
Doesn't matter, I
gonna
guess.
stop using this dice.
Yeah. So you 2 ones in a row, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll say that as you load up the gun and you pull back the hammer to load the charge again,
Oh no.
it fires. I want you to roll damage.
The gun damage?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage as you shoot your own foot.
Oh my god.
Gun, I throw it on the ground.
Just throw the gun on the floor. All
Throw it on
right.
the ground.
Oh my god.
Greg, you can use all your movement to be within range to fire, but you won't be behind cover this turn, should you wish.
How far is he from like this grate that I'm in?
He's about 10 feet out of the mess hall room, and then you're about 15 feet away from the center of the mess hall room where they're at. So you're about.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him with my tactical semi-automatic
So you
pistol.
use all your movement to get up there.
Yeah. I have a 19 in total.
That hits.
Yay, 1d6 piercing. Rolled a 4.
All right. You. This is with which weapon?
This is with my analog semi-automatic pistol.
All right. So a couple of bullets fly out of the front of her gun, and it rips up the front of the now clearly visible cybernetic zombie, and it takes the hits, and it continues moving forward towards you guys. Cliptic. What do you do?
Because I have a spell that's called Detect Affliction, and it says determine if a creature is poisoned, diseased, cursed, etc. But I don't know if that would be valuable to
No.
what I'm doing.
That's that's to tell you whether or not it's like if it's poisoned. Or
That's kind of what I thought it was. But...
So we need a decision real quick here.
Okay, I'm gonna say hurl an object again.
All right, cool. So you roll your combat modifier again there, please. This one you roll for.
So 14.
That is, you watch as it strikes and clink as it hits some kind of hardened part of its shell or its body, and it flies off. Doesn't seem to be dealing any damage.
Okay.
Yep. Wasn't enough to hit its AC. So with that, we're going to move on to it, and it points towards you again, Cliptic, and it fires. I rolled a 2. So it goes... smacks its wrist and it comes back up again, but it does not fire this time.
Okay.
But it is now within 5 feet of all of you. It's in the center of the room. All right, with that, we're on to Deanna. Deantha.
I'm gonna try and hit it with shoot it by pistol again.
Yeah, go for it. Roll it.
18 plus nothing. 18.
Is it an energy weapon?
It is. I think it's just a.
Oh, it's your dart gun.
No, just my needler
Okay,
pistol.
you know what? That is still also enough to hit.
Sweet. Okay. 4 points of damage.
4 points damage. So it gets struck. You shoot it again upwards in the neck, and some more clotted blood begins to pour out of its wound. It's looking really rough. And it begins reaching out towards you. But next up is Laurel's turn. It is right in front of you.
I'm gonna punch it.
Right. Roll it.
Great.
My attack modifier is higher on melee. Yeah, if I don't like 12. It's not
It's not a 1. You punch it in the gut, and it seems just to just takes it. Greg,
spit on it.
your turn. Spit on it.
Greg is just going to try shooting it again, because that's what he does. He's not much of a melee person. I have a 21 to hit.
That's enough.
And 6 damage, which is maximum for me.
All right. Even with the deduction of shooting into melee combat with your friend involved, so as you punch it in the gut, Laurel, so you punch it in the gut, and you watch as it just takes the hit. It points its nose out to you, it yells in your face. This being was once a Yosoki. And as that happens, you watch as bullets spray up into the side of its head, and it goes... and it slowly kind of begins to drop to its knee. And you watch as some of the lights on the cybernetics go beep, 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 beep. I need everybody who's in the mess hall, because Greg is still in the... Oh no, you ran up to join them.
But
I need all of you to roll.
No, I didn't get out of the grate.
Oh, so you kind of poked up and fired?
Yeah,
All
shooting
right.
from the
I just
bridge.
couldn't-
You
Take
three, Cliptic, Laurel, and Deantha, please roll reflex saving throws.
It's gonna blow! Oh no.
Oh no.
Those dice don't like you either.
13.
9.
One sec here.
3.
Ooh.
3, 9, 13, Deantha, you
Yeah,
said?
this isn't a magic thing though, is it?
No, it's a self-destruct system.
Okay, 13.
So,
It's a blowing up
you
in
guys
your
all
face
added
thing.
your reflex saving throws to this?
Yep.
13.
All right. Deantha, you barrel roll towards the side to get behind one of the tables as Laurel turns around and Cliptic goes, ah! It just stands there and puts its arms up. Laurel and Cliptic, you were dealt 7 points of damage as this thing explodes. And Deantha, you were dealt only 4 points of damage as you get out of the way enough just to get a couple of pieces of shrapnel in your lower legs. But yeah, you two take the full brunt as this thing just and viscera and mechanical components fly across the room. But the cybernetic zombie is toast.
Doesn't
Smell like toast. Toast smells good. This smells like Greg.
I'm not a character, I'm the GM, so
I'm not gonna argue with that.
it's a metaphor.
Well, this was interesting. Something must have happened to this. Why did just this one become undead? Oh, by the way, it was undead if you didn't know that.
Because of like pick up a piece of cybernetic, like because of the hardware. Toss it on the
I
ground.
would like anyone who's got life science to roll a life science check, please. Or anyone can roll it if you want.
You have to roll that one trained.
In that case, only Cliptic.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have, adding
Oh, I
17.
have it also. I have 1 point.
17 total?
17 total, and apparently she has it too.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't do very well. 7.
Cliptic. You've heard of this before. This concept that not typically when someone with cybernetics dies, the cybernetics die with it, but in some rare instances, the biological form may die, but the cybernetics may still operate. You notice that no other bodies that you investigated had cybernetic implants. So it seems that this individual was killed, and the cybernetic implants did not get the memo.
Okay, so can I roll a perception check to see how, if this being died, like how would I remember? Because if it was killed purposefully and the mechanics took over, murdered,
You'll
I
have
guess.
to roll a mechanics check for that one.
A
Because
mechanics check for that.
the squishy bits have all gone
Engineering.
blue.
You know what? Actually, you can roll medicine, and Greg, if you want to help out, I can let you roll mechanics.
Yeah,
That
she
works out
can
okay.
roll medicine. She's trained, and I'm trained in engineering. So.
Yeah. So Cliptic, what'd you get for your medicine?
13.
13. Greg, what'd you get for your engineering?
13 plus 8, so 21.
21. This being was killed before he exploded. That's more or less what the 13 gives you. But with the 21, the cybernetics were programmed post-mortem to reanimate.
Ooh.
So whoever killed him is also a sadistic individual. If it wasn't already given by the state of all the other crew members.
If we didn't know before, the person who murdered this entire crew is actually sadistic. Okay, so,
Well, that's done. Greg doesn't think anybody was intended to be still alive at the end of all this. That shows them wrong. Should get the engines? Like check the cargo bay, see if there's anything left.
I would like to know who this ship belonged to as well.
Manifest swiped.
Is there like maybe a logo or like any sort of indication that this ship belonged to a specific like corporation or
Might have logs.
What you guys were seeing earlier, it's an independent moving company.
Is there a ship's log?
Roll a computer check.
Ooh. 14.
Most of it has been wiped. For the only thing that exists is there's one entry within the past couple of hours. It seems that a self-destruct was set to blow on this ship, but the power was shut down to prevent it from happening.
Is that self-destruct still active?
When the power came back on, yes. Your timer was set for on a 15-minute timer. This fight took you a couple minutes. You got a little over 10.
Okay. We got 10 minutes to grab whatever's good.
Alright, let's make our way to the engine.
Fair enough.
Can we shut off the self-destruct? Is there any way to do that?
In the engineering room with a good enough engineering check is worth a try.
So we'll
Alright.
have to go to
Alright.
the engineer.
Let's go.
Let's go gauntlet engineer that stuff.
All right, everybody roll athletics checks. I'm assuming you're hustling.
Run.
Hustle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not super great.
13.
11.
13 for Greg as well.
And what am I adding?
You were
Athletics.
adding athletics, right?
Oh, which is 12. So.
It's over 10. That's enough.
Oh, sweet.
So you guys hustle on down with the light. It's easy to dodge any things that are in the way between bodies and crates and explosive bits. Oh my! You run on down towards the engineering bay. The engineering bay itself is, again, the door automatically opens as you approach it. This one doesn't seem to have been pried open in any way. Upon entering the engineering bay, it is a 2-story area, similar to the rest of the ship, but most of the ship has been divided up into multiple levels. This one, there's an entry causeway as you come on through, one that goes straight across, and on your side, on the opposite side, there are metal staircases that go down to the lower floor, where the central engineering area, hub, and control consoles all are. You see, I want you all to roll perception checks once you're in here. Greg, what'd you get?
Greg, 4, 5, 6, 9 total. So
Cryptic?
you don't see
23.
Woo.
Diantha?
7.
Laurel?
6.
So Cliptic, the rest of you are like, there's an explosion about to come, we're all gonna die. Cliptic, though, you see the pool of blood on the far left corner that then drags itself down and out the door. But a secondary pool against the door. Your assumption is that he was killed in the corner and then smashed at the door in its cybernetic form until the door opened and then he came down the hall. Furthermore, down the hall from in the direction, like when you go down that hallway towards the pile of blood where he would have died, it turns and goes right. Further down there, you see another individual, a 21st body. This one is not covered in an orange jumpsuit. They seem to be in some kind of silver-plated armor. And there's a rather sleek, slender individual, and as they're laying there, they seem to be motionless, but completely covered head to toe. No discernible physical features other than the rather ornate armor that they're wearing.
So I can't tell if it's dead or not.
There are tear marks on the side of it, and that's about all you can really tell.
Okay.
All right, Greg, get working on this thing. Let's tear it apart.
I
So
think
start.
I found our enemy. I think I found our culprit.
Do we have time?
It would be worthwhile to investigate.
You guys deal with the engine. I'll come with
You'll come with me.
Okay. Cliptic, yes. Alright, so Cliptic and Diantha are staying to investigate the body, whilst Laurel and Greg go down to disable the engines, or disable the self-destruct, I should say.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to start with the self-destruct, because this seems to be the more pressing thing. Greg, you head on up. You see where the main console would have been. Please roll me a computers check. So you could choose to do this one of two ways. You can try and shut it down through the system, or you can pull open a panel and crawl your way into the engine and take it apart manually.
It's going to be an engineering check for me.
It's going to be a higher DC.
That's okay, because honestly, it's still better for me.
Okay, roll it.
Oh no.
God. It is only a total of 10.
So as you climb on in there, there's spinning, rotating components within the engine that you're trying to climb through. As opposed to reaching towards the compartment that would engage the self-destruct, detonator system, you actually accidentally hit the spinning turbine with your arm. You dealt 4 points of slashing damage.
Need help in there? I won't fit, but you need help in there?
Yeah. What is the point of even asking?
I can pass you something.
Pass me a wrench.
Is there like a toolbox nearby?
I will say yes. For the purposes of this
It's an
seems
engineering
funny.
room. I assumed that
Yeah.
there would be tools.
There's a wrench. You can pass on down to Greg.
Yep.
All right,
Greg
Greg.
throws it back out of the desk.
Throw it back.
That's all.
Get moving.
That's all I needed it for.
roll a combat check. Just roll a straight combat
A
check.
strength?
No, just a straight combat check.
Oh, combat. I rolled a 6 plus. I don't have a combat bonus for melee attacks. So I rolled a 6.
It's when it comes back to you the first time, boom, just hits your rather thick hide.
What?
Thank you.
Want to take another stab at it?
Yes, I do.
The wrench.
That I've moved the notebook I had here, so now I'm just rolling the pad, which should make a difference.
Well, here's
because
open.
suspicions abound among tabletop players. See, I rolled a 12 plus 6, 7, 8, so 20 total this time.
With that, you squirm on through, you kind of get around the spinning turbine, you find the detonator connectors, you unplug them and you see the green and red wires. Which one do you cut?
Both.
Is that a question, or are you cutting both?
I'll cut both.
All right.
Boom.
It was the end of Greg.
Well, you hear him scuffling around and then all of a sudden and pulling some stuff and then just still silence for a second.
What'd you do? We gonna die? I don't wanna die.
Then you hear tink.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
So you cut both wires.
Yes.
And you don't hear anything.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
Unbeknownst to Greg, he was kind of like holding his breath and shut his eyes real tight. And then he opens them one at a time. So.
Yeah. Laurel, on the console, you see the countdown has stopped.
I think he stopped it.
Well, if I didn't, there's nothing I can do about it now.
The self-destruct system seems to have been disabled.
I crawl my way out.
That wrench really helped, thanks. Yeah.
Remoralized him. All right, on to the inspections of the bodies whilst this is still happening. So as far as you guys are concerned, the self-destruct is still operational until partway through this. So you go up to the body. What are you going to do first?
Inspect to see if it's alive. So medicine check?
Yeah, medicine check.
That's 19.
It is dead. It seems to have
thank
been
God.
torn apart by that cybernetic zombie you dealt with earlier.
Can I try and identify the armor, like if it's part of a group or organization or that?
Yeah, roll a straight intelligence check.
9.
No, you do not recognize this armor. Although, I want, since Cliptic is here investigating, I want you to roll an intelligence check, but add 5 to it.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a 19, so that's 24.
And then did you add your intelligence too?
Oh gosh, I have 12 intelligence as well.
So add
No,
another
it's
one?
your modifier,
one.
so +1. So you always use your modifier when rolling a check from
Oh,
one
so it's
your-
just +1.
Yeah.
+1. So you have
So 1 + 5, so 25 in total.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whilst you haven't dealt overly with this before, you do recognize the armor, and you recognize the physique. It's drow in style, but there is an insignia on it that you've seen before, but it's been a number of years since you've seen it. The individuals that would frequent the place of your raising wore this insignia. Not the house itself that you lived in, but the customers, the ones that asked for your matriarch's assistance, wore this symbol.
You know this person?
It's been a number of years, but we should leave. We should leave now.
Is this important? Should we know about this?
I will talk about it when we're not going to explode.
And at that point you hear, I think you did it, from Laurel down below.
Great, now we have time.
I feel this must be spoken amongst everyone.
So go towards. I'm gonna start walking back to these two.
I would like to take a note about like what the insignia looks like.
The
Write down so I have
insignia
it.
itself, and we'll post this so that people can kind of see it at some point vaguely, but there is, it's a hand with the 4 average fingers and 3 thumbs. So it's got the 4 fingers that stick upwards and then 3 thumbs that stick from the lower part of the palm.
Okay.
That's just how the insignia itself looks.
Okay, I just draw it in my notebook so I
Okay.
have it. Or whatever the sci-fi equivalent of a notebook would be.
Yeah.
Dead.
Hollow
Yeah, I'm
book.
sure you got some kind of a
Whatever.
hollow book. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Space notebook.
Space notepad.
Actually, before I go down, is there any way I can tear the insignia off? of the
If you
garment?
work on it's paint, it's like emblazoned on or imprinted on the plate.
Oh,
So if you wanted to work at it with your knife, you can cut the plate off.
yes. Actually, I want to do that. I want to keep this thing.
Okay.
That's a yes.
Ooh.
You can. So in Starfinder, similar to Pathfinder, with environments where you're not under pressure, you could do things like taking 10 on a roll. 10 is the average success for, pretty basic things. If you choose to take 10, you don't roll for it. You just say, I take 10 on pulling this off, and you choose to spend however much time is required to do it properly. So this would be one of those situations where you want to take 10 on removing a piece of armor. You don't have to roll for it. You just spend a couple minutes to accurately and without haste remove the plate armor with the insignia on it.
Yes.
Okay.
While she's doing it, can I check the body just see if there's any interesting things?
I want you to roll a perception check.
But they carry a gun.
So while you guys are inspecting the bodies, Laurel and Greg, do you wish to stay down below or do you head back up? What do you want to do?
I want to try to remove the equipment pieces that we were going to take.
Okay.
Like the battery and the, I don't know.
Roll an engineering check.
I rolled a
engineering is
12, by the
awful.
way.
You want what?
I rolled a 12, by
Greg's
the way.
gonna watch her
suck.
do this first.
18.
Ooh.
So as you come out of the cubby hole where you disabled the self-destruct, you see Laurel up towards the power unit beginning to just pull out cables, and at first there's this pit in your stomach that, oh god, we're all gonna die. And then you realize that she's actually unplugging the right stuff. She's pulling the right cables out, and sure enough, by the end of it, this massive power core and all the lights and the power all goes out throughout the entire ship. You hear the life support systems cease cycling, and whatever air was pumped into the ship is the last of the air that's in the ship. But the whole ship has been powered down, as you now have this massive core unit with you.
Nice. With the tools on the side, was there a flashlight?
Yes. Yeah, fine.
I grab the flashlight and turn it on.
Okay. You have a small bit of light. You can see to 20 feet in front of you in a cone.
Well, I guess we should get the others and leave before we all suffocate.
I got, half an hour. Probably longer. There was a fair amount of air in this ship.
Yeah.
So as you're,
It'll get cold before it gets stuffy.
Yeah. Let's just go get the others.
So as you're finishing up tearing the plate insignia off of this deceased drow, their ecliptic, the final stroke's about to come to cut the plate off, and boom, all the power goes out. You were in pitch blackness.
Right. I'm gonna grab Diantha and just start walking towards the other two.
I did roll a 12.
Oh
check,
yes.
by the way.
Let's deal with the
Before the lights turn off.
inspections. Yeah, let's deal with the inspections of the body before the lights go out. On this body, you find a couple of things.
Okay.
You find a credit chit with about 600 credits. The armor, while damaged, if you wanted to take the time to take it, it will take some time. And
No.
yeah, okay,
Don't
so
care.
don't even worry about it. You find a long rifle that was in its hand. This long rifle is a tactical arc emitter.
Oh.
Tactical, what, sorry?
Arc emitter.
Okay.
It deals 1d4 energy damage.
Okay.
It uses up 4 charges per shot, and the battery holds 20 charges. So basically, you could fire 5 times before you got to swap it out. Its special effects are blast, stun, and unwieldy. Unwieldy. I'm gonna read up on those later. But those are the main hauls on this thing. It's got its long arm, the armor should you choose, but it would take a lot of time, and its credit stick.
Okay, I take all that stuff.
So as you grab the stick and the weapon, kind of hold that up, boom, power goes out.
Okay, great.
There's a flashlight coming your way as you hear the doom, 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 heavy footsteps of your lizard companion.
Got the power core. If we want to grab the thrusters, we can. They seem pretty good. Might be worth checking the cargo holds to make sure that if this is the pirate dude that attacked this place, he didn't leave with anything. Might be worth checking, see if there's anything left.
I made sure to check them already. Got this cool gun.
Ooh, nice.
I'm going to put the piece of armor. Is it small enough that I can put it in like
Yeah.
a pocket or bag?
It's like size of your hand, basically.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to sheath it away somewhere.
Okay.
And just silently just stand there in memory, trying to remember where I've seen this and how to explain. That's it. That's all.
So as you
I'm gonna
guys
do.
start to walk, we notice that Clipchick's kind of just standing there, not moving with you guys.
Yo, we gotta. I don't know how much time before this place gets really cold and uncomfortable. Say we grab what we want to get, double check those cargo holds, and be on our way.
Right.
Let's go, Bug. Come on, Clippy.
All right. And I'll just start to shuffle towards where they are, still in a little bit stunned silence into normal. So.
Cool. All right. And what is that you guys are going to be doing?
We get the thrusters, whatever.
Yeah,
More power.
Yeah, you mentioned that we could take from the engine. We could take the power, the thrusters, and there was something else that I can't remember now.
It was just the power unit and the computer, the
And the
CPU.
computer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the computer core.
Cool.
I
So
don't.
I'm gonna just stack the battery by the door that we came in through.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go take a look in the cargo holds
Yeah.
to see if there's anything useful in there.
I'll come with you.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find any fuel. We can go back to
And get the CPU and the
heap
thrusters
with
in a bit.
everything except fuel, which will still be okay.
Are we going to divide and conquer? Because you guys are getting... What are you guys doing? Just checking the cargo?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, if you, because you have the best engineering,
Mm-hmm.
like I could go with you to disconnect the thrusters. 'Cause
Yeah.
those will be useful.
And then we
And we can go and
search
check
it.
the cargo. No, that's it.
Okay. All right.
All right. So what's the plan?
Greg and I are gonna go back to the engineering bay, disconnect the thrusters and the CPU, so we can take those with us.
We're going to go and inspect the cargo.
Okay. Awesome. Sweet. We'll start with what's already in the engineering room because you guys are already there. You got your flashlights.
Yep.
So again, it was just the CPU and the computer. You could dislodge the thrusters, but they're on the outside. You're gonna have to find a way to store
okay.
those somehow.
Okay.
But your
We'll do the
CPU and your power core, the things that you can carry, they're huge. But Braun should win out.
Yeah.
So
I might have to take 2 trips.
possibly. So the computer core. Want to try and start dismantling that?
Let's engineer this.
So you're gonna engineer it, but it's gonna have some difficult DC because you were in. Oh no, you got dark vision. Never mind. No, you're fine.
I rolled a 17 on my
How-
D20 plus 6, 7, 8, so 25 in total for my engineering check.
You asked to help, and then Greg goes. "Pzoom." What? And grabs the core, pulls the power core out in this massive cube-like structure, just bang, smashes on the floor.
Because I'm not lifting that.
All right.
2 trips it is.
2 trips it is.
All right, so you guys are gonna Cliptic and Diantha, you're gonna start investigating all the cargoes. Cargo holds?
Yeah.
All right. Roll a perception check. Just a general perception check for this investigation. It's not gonna be hard, but
Natural 20.
well then.
I just, in total, would be 19.
All right.
I see so many things.
Yeah, there are.
See through time.
Yeah, there are 18 canisters in total, including the one that was blasted open that you used as your entryway in. So really 17 active containers. Each container holds slightly different things. There's rocks and minerals in one. There's some plant life in another. One of them is filled with food sources. It seems like this ship, would bring things out to begin a basic settlement, but also in the interim bring back evidence of findings. It's possible that this, just with the natural 20, these are all the things that you can kind of piece together as well with your perception, is it's possible that the ship was actually, trying to find places to settle down and had enough resources to settle down to be the first one to pick flags, as opposed to go back and come back and put stuff down from a finding. So there's some evidence halls and then some places to put down routes should they find something. But it doesn't look like they have put down anywhere. They've made findings, but there is enough food supplies and like village materials to build a village should you want it to in the majority of these areas.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of use to us here.
Well, the food would be a good idea.
How are we going to transport it?
How much food? Is it something that we could just like carry kind of some?
You could carry an entire arms full and there'd still be a lot. To empty it out, your ship wouldn't be able to hold all of it. There's a lot of it.
We can always just take the necessities. We can just take what we need.
Do we need food on the inaugural heap? Right now, like...
The inaugural heap's food supplies are pretty good. You have an on-staff chef that makes things. If there's good materials there, you might be happy with what you bring back and that you thought of them.
Is there anything to prevent scurvy?
Just because I'm the GM. There are dried fruits in bags so that they can make it over the course of the travel so they don't go bad. Yeah. There are protein bars, like things that you were expecting to find in the cafeteria, but instead just found oatmeal. It's just a kind of food paste that would keep the crew going, but it was not meant to be, good until you actually made it to a village and actually settled down. So the sort of stuff that you would expect of a village of 20 people to live comfortably.
So there would be medical supplies?
Yeah, you can have there would be some medical supplies.
Can I take some of the medical supplies?
Sure.
Sweet.
Is there reserve fuel?
So fuel is more of a case of power.
Oh, okay.
So with the power core, this is enough it's a large enough core. It might work for the inaugural heap. And with the inaugural heap with better power supply, it should be able to fuel your ship sufficiently as well.
But I mean, this ship in particular, the power core would have been enough for it. It wouldn't have needed a reserve.
Ask that again?
So like this ship that is traveling out to colonize things, all they needed was the power core that we have already stolen. They don't have a backup?
No.
Okay.
I don't think we need anything else here. It looks pretty bare bones as far as I'm concerned.
All right. I think we should go back to our own ship.
Yeah. This place is a dump.
Is there anything like that people would use for entertainment, like a game system or a TV?
There's an NES.
After you transferred, it takes you. I'm also going to the assumption that you guys are not so dumb that you don't, prioritize survival.
Well, yeah.
It does take you longer than there is life support to get all of this stuff transferred. So you will put your suits on and carry out the rest of this with suits. But the power core, the computer, some food, medical supplies is all transferred to your ship. With the necessities out of the way, do you ask them to wait a little bit and go and take a look to see?
I look as I'm carrying things, but it's heavy, so I guess I don't see anything. Because I'm not gonna
roll a perception check. Just roll it so that
I'm not gonna take extra time to go do stuff because I'm also in my big bulky suit. It'll take a while. 3.
You haven't seen nothing.
There's people that are as boring a ship as we do.
All right, I think we're ready to head back.
I think so, yeah.
All
right. So you guys leave this ship behind. I'm gonna drift yourselves back to the heap.
Yep.
All right. You are still attached to the ship by a metal shard that's jutting into the side of your ship. So, Greg, I want you to roll a piloting check for me, please.
Can do.
Yeah.
Please don't destroy the ship. We only have 4 of them.
Only 4. 17 on the dice. Plus 7, 8, 9. So 26.
And with that, there's this screech. Your ship is good to go. And you are able to dislodge yourself quite effortlessly without dealing more damage to your quaint vessel.
Almost like I've been attached to stuff before.
It's all called meteor.
Yeah.
All right. With that, you drift on back to the inaugural heap. Well, it took you 5 minutes to get here. It takes you a strange couple of hours to get back to the heap through the drift. The drift is a very inconsistent pocket of interdimensional space. So for your travels back, is there anything you wish to do?
Yes.
Okay.
You're kind of quiet, Clippy.
And I'm gonna slowly take the piece of metal out of my pocket and put it. Is there like a table on the bridge, or just...
You do have like a small gathering space.
Okay, I'm gonna put it at the center of the table of the bridge, and I'm just going to basically look up and says, "Do any of you know what this is?"
It's a badge.
Laurel does.
I do.
Yeah. And some of your past excursions, you recognize this symbol as the group you were chasing before you were left on Parliament.
Yeah. That's bad news. Those are the worst kind of pirates.
Either of the rest of you?
No. There are varying levels of badness in pirates?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you got your run-of-the-mill type who'll just disable a ship, climb aboard, take what they want, and scuttle off. And you got these guys. I don't know, last time I came up against them, they took what they wanted from the ship, slaughtered everyone aboard, and then bombed the nearest settlement from orbit.
That sounds pretty grim. They're more evil than that. I haven't seen this in years. I didn't even know that they're still around.
Yeah. You don't hear much about them, though. I asked. We didn't see them. We saw the aftermath, I guess. Asked around. No one knew who they were.
What are they called?
They're called the Seven.
How do you know them? You don't seem like the type.
I'd prefer not to say.
No one survives them.
I prefer not to say. At this moment. Wait a minute, they're not gonna be able to follow us, are they? Or, know that we were there after them? Because that doesn't make me feel comfortable in my insides.
Your insides ever comfortable?
The only one that was there was dead. They left this place to rot. They don't care about anybody who came after them.
Yeah, but the ship was supposed to blow up, and now it's not gonna blow up, so they might know somebody was there.
Who set the self-destruct?
Wasn't me.
Well, no, but was it? Because if they, it was probably one of them who set the cyborg after whoever stopped by. So it might have been one of the poor workers who set the self-destruct.
Imagine it might have been a last-ditch effort. Well, for now, I guess it doesn't matter. We should continue on.
I'm just gonna go to my console, and again, in my thought, I don't exactly know how to approach this.
I'm gonna kind of go a step closer to Cliptic. It's like, hey, I've only seen what I know is these guys twice, and call a friend of mine, seen it a couple other times, and it's always the same kind of deal. It's these ships coming back with news, come back with looking for new planets, looking for new discoveries. It's what this guy was doing, but and the manifest was wiped. That's something I've seen before too, but I don't. What have you? What was it? You looking at it for a colony?
I'm going to, in my frustration and my pain of my history, essentially, just kind of sharply responds back. You're right. They're looking for something, a specific place, but I do not want to talk about it, and I want to leave. I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna stomp off of the bridge to make myself some tea.
First time ever, you watch Cryptic walk off in anger, her chair spinning behind her as she storms off the bridge.
Well, that was awkward.
Okay. These guys are bad news. They don't know we were here.
We should keep it that way.
Let's maybe not tell the rest of the folk on the heap.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but
They
we'll
need
just,
to know.
what are they gonna do?
Well, if this is a concern, then it could be a concern for them.
These
For
guys,
us.
no one knows where they come from. No one has that. No one's seen them work. This is not a group you want to mess with.
So we
I
should
say
be
we-
aware of it.
I say we just leave it.
I say we
But-
leave it, but I think we should know about it.
Well, that part's your call. This is your boss. But, Cliptic's any indication here, this is a bit of a sore spot.
Exactly why we should keep an eye out for it.
I'd rather not come across these guys again.
All right.
Has anybody seen my gravy rag? I lost my gravy rag.
Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production. The next episode of Spacers will air Tuesday, January 22nd. Until then, Tuesday, January 15th is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast GM'd by Derek Snow. And Friday, January 18th is the next episode of our collaboration podcast with MacGuffin Media, The Legend of Zingdong. The game system used today was the Starfinder game system by Paizo. Music in this episode was licensed through Video Copilot. Sound effects and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Sirenscape. You can find all of the Twisted Gears podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Elizabeth Wells, and Bailey Yarkey. Your audio operator tonight was Rob Hickey, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. If you happen to be in the Fort McMurray area, you can find me at Tavern on Main every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for trivia. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.